Barrak Naamani, and I'm coming here to share my story with you. It has nothing to do with technology or anything, just probably a beautiful story. I hope so. Uh, when you walk into my store, you cannot but notice that poster. That poster is for Fayrouz, the singer, Fayrouz, Lebanese singer. So that poster is the original poster since 1994. It's dated 17 September 1994. It was the first and only concert for Fayrouz after the war. That time, I was studying graphic design, and I thought that probably that poster is the most beautiful poster ever done for Fayrouz. And all of what I had in mind, that one day, I didn't know back then what I was planning to do, but one day I will just have that poster in my workplace, and I'll put it in the background, and my chair will be just in front of it, the same way this scene is now, the same position. Probably that was my dream, to have an office and that poster as the background. Okay. Oops. It's not working. Oh. Okay. So many things happened in 22 years. I served the army, I went to Nigeria, went to Kuwait, then to Nigeria, then back to Kuwait. I worked as a brand manager, ended up working as a brand manager. Everything was fine, I was making a good living, but I was not happy. There was no passion in my life. I gained weight, I was 100 kilos. That was my first store opening. Obviously, I wasn't that happy. In the other picture, a few months back, I was playing trampoline with my daughters. I had so many disappointments from my life, from the outcome of my life. I never thought that my life would become that boring. I was not happy. There was nothing joyful in my life until one day I decided that khalas, enough is enough. I'm not happy and I'm moving. I'm going to take control of my life, and I'm leaving. I was living in Kuwait back then, and I'm leaving back to Beirut to do something I really like. I took that decision in probably a minute. It took me a minute to take that decision. I'm leaving, I'm not staying. I called my friend, I remember that back then, I called my friend, I told him, listen, I'm leaving to Beirut very soon, and I'm not taking anything with me home. And you want to get married, and you want to get your family, and you need everything. Come and take my house. I'm not taking anything with me. I remember he said, والنبي يا راجل بتكلم جد. That moment, I felt خلاص. I want to leave now. I went to Beirut. I took my family business. We are a family of tailors. We make custom tailors, shirts, handmade shirts. I took my family business. I made a facelift. I made an internet-based company. I worked hard. I thought to myself, okay, if I want to compete with the Lebanese tailors, I need to have the best handmade shirts in Beirut. Okay, I put very high standards for myself. I thought, who's the best in the world in shirt making? I want to put it as my benchmark. I worked so hard for becoming a very good tailor. It took me 4 years of very, very hard work. Now, it wasn't easy. Actually, I invested everything in my business. The day I started my job, my work, my family business, all what I had in my bank account was $13 left. And that's it. I knew it's going to be hard, but I'm not going to quit. That's what was my first motto. That's what made me keep on going and going. Okay. I worked so hard, and life was so tough. It wasn't easy, believe me, when you start a business with $13 and you have to pay bills, you have to pay school bills, you have to pay rents and everything, and you have to build being professional with customers, with suppliers, with everything. Okay. I had some days, believe me, I had some days I was short of money. I was really short of money. I couldn't afford to go by bus home. I started walking every day, mornings and evenings. It took me, it's a distance between my work and my office around 5 kilometers. I didn't quit. I thought to myself, I'll walk, I'll lose some weight. I lost 25 kilograms because I started walking every single day and never quit. Now I had the perfect store. My shirts are excellent. My production is excellent. I need to market myself. Now all what I could afford is like almost $50 a month. That was my marketing budget. I thought to myself, okay, I have a window display. The store window display is like 2 by 2 meters, and I'm going to use it. It will be my canvas. It will be my billboards to the streets, on the street. I start creating themes, Chupa Chups theme, for example. I removed Chupa Chups, just custom tailors. When I made this theme, my father is 84 years old, thought I'm crazy. He said, listen, son, we don't sell lollipops. We are shirt tailors. After he finished his sentence by a few seconds, just a lady came in and walked into my store and told me, whoever did this window display is an artist. That's a beautiful window display, probably the best in Beirut. And you know what? I'm going to send my husband so that you can fix him some shirts. I like what you do, and I'll always follow up with you. It gave me a push. I wanted to do even a better window display so that I can catch clients. I started creating even better window displays. I used crayons, for example. I used the material as crayons. Now, everything was there. My store is very nice. Business is becoming better. Now I needed a table for my store. I needed some original, nice table. And frankly, I couldn't afford to buy one. I was sitting on my couch and I was just looking into my father's table, a sewing machine. My father's old sewing machine. He had an old sewing machine in the store. It was like 80 years old. And I was looking at it and then suddenly I started seeing it in my mind, seeing it in a different way. I took my sketch pad and I sketched it. I thought something beautiful will come out of it. I sketched it again. Wow, that's nice. I took the machine home. I cut it. I started cutting and welding and everything until I came out with this one. That's me working. I worked it myself. I came out with this. A beautiful sculpture. I thought it's a sculpture. It's an art. It's something new. That's not a sewing machine anymore. It's an art. I saw it differently. Everybody, when I came back to my store holding this table with me, everybody came running. Oh, what's this? What have you created? That's beautiful. I took a picture for it and I pasted it on Facebook. I sold it within half an hour. Okay. Yesterday I couldn't afford to buy a table. Now I started selling tables. I still need a table. I did another one. I sold it. I did another. I started selling. I started getting private messages. We need table of yours. Until one day I was sitting with my daughter. She's 3 years old, Maria, on the balcony. It was like 6 a.m. in the morning. I was looking at I started buying old machines. I buy them as junk. And I was just having my coffee and having a look at them. I didn't know what to do. I created almost 10 tables. Now what? Okay, start always to create tables. Maria looked at me and said, Baba, why don't you make a light? Light? How can I create a light? She said, the same way you created a table, but just create a light. I looked at her and said, you know what? I'm going to make the most beautiful light, and I'm going to call it Maria, Marmar. I'm going to call it Marmar light. And I created Marmar light. I started creating more lights and selling them. I started doing exhibitions. Everybody just saw what passion I was doing, how I'm changing machines into lights and tables. I changed my store, my father's store. I gave it my name, Barrak Naamani. Everybody started seeing what I was trying to do. They believed in me. I believed in myself. My clients believed in me. They pushed me to name my store Barrak Naamani, even my shirts, the label on my shirts. I started branding those sculptures, the machines and tables. Now, I have 2 jobs, and I need to do double the effort. That picture, it was on the 1st of January 2016. I didn't take a day off since 6 years. Probably these 3 days were my first day offs. I started exhibiting. I made 8 exhibitions in 2 years. One of them was solo exhibition in one of the finest fine art galleries in Beirut. I went to France. I exhibited in France last month. And I exhibited in the International Art Fair of Beirut. I started creating more machines, more sculptures, more lights. And everybody just loved them, even the press. I made this one looks like Muhammad Ali Clay. After he died, that's a tribute. He's doing like this. That table was called the greatest after Muhammad Ali. I exhibited in France in Maison Objet, probably the biggest in Europe, and I was the only Arab in Maison Objet. There was no Lebanese, no one. I was just the only one. I like to end up with Willy Wonka. I just love him. We are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams. I was living my life without passion, without a dream. I was becoming a different person. I didn't love my life before. Now I'm living my dream, and it's still in the beginning, in the introduction. I prepared a very short video clip. It's just very, very simple. It's nothing professional. I did it myself on my phone before I came. So it's called 6 Years in a Minute, just wrapping up what happened in my 6 years. Thank you.